Processes and practices are a surefire way to increase your skills, but they don't always help you broaden your podcasting horizons, which is why, for your next project, you should collaborate with people who are better than you. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. All about cozying up to people this week. Cozying up to the big aggregators, cozying up to some of the app makers, cozying up to other really good people that are just here helping you, like the people that are controlling the purse strings, who might provide you some more money for your next show. Why wouldn't you do that stuff? Well, today I want to talk about another class of people to wrap up the mini-series who can help you get better for your next podcast project. And those people are people who are better than you. Now, you might have seen the image for the episode, or at least the title of this particular episode, about a secret that tennis players know. I am not a great tennis player. I don't think I've played tennis since I was a teenager. And I don't believe that I have picked up a tennis racket in a good solid 10 years. So this is not about tennis. But one thing I know from my time playing tennis is that while you can get good at your skills by hitting the ball against the wall and learning to serve and all those things that you need to do, once you get those fundamentals down, really the way that you get better is by playing people who are better than you. If you just keep beating up people who aren't as good as you, well, you're not going to be a great player. And it's not just tennis where this rule applies. This rule applies everywhere. I think one of the reasons why after 30 years of playing the game of disc golf I'm not any better is because I don't play with pros. I play with people at my level, and I introduce a lot of people to the game, or I have historically, which doesn't really make me increase my skill set because, I'm playing at my level or under, so that's not really helping. The same thing holds true in podcasting. Most of us, when we podcast with our peers, if in fact we have people we do it with. We collaborate with people that are at our level. Maybe inspirationally we look at some of the other ones, but we really feel the most affinity towards those who are in our certain set. And sure, after 15 years of forcing yourself to try new things, you can certainly grow. But one of the best ways for you still to grow as a podcaster is go collaborate with people who are better than you. Cozy up to stay on theme for this week, cozy up to people who are better than you. Now, that can be hard. That can be really hard. Podcasting is great for introverts because you don't have to go out and meet a bunch of people. You don't have to do the things. If you go to podcast conventions, meetups, you already see little cliques talking amongst themselves. It's hard to get in and break into it. I get it. I totally understand that that's not an easy prospect to do, especially if you're doing it completely solo. You might be like me. I was stuck in Bangkok, which was a great place. 12, 14 million people in there, but there weren't a lot of podcasters out there. I had a small peer group, but who was better at this? Who were the real pros? They really weren't in town. So honestly, a lot of my podcasting stagnated for the time that I was away. But if that's not your situation, as it's not my situation anymore, I want to encourage you to go find people who are actually better than you. Not for a mentorship relationship, although those are great. If you need a mentor, find a mentor. That's fine. But again, working podcasters, my idea here is find people, hopefully in your own community, who are actually better than you. And I'm going to give you a real-world example. By fate, luck, who knows how it happens, just the randomness of the universe, there are a couple of ladies here in town that we're going to start doing some work together. You may know Will Williams, longtime podcast critic. Will Williams suddenly finds herself in a freelancer position where she doesn't have a full-time gig anymore. She's very, very busy with doing lots of other things in the podcasting world and podcast critiquing, as well as some audio drama she's involved with. But her projects from the day job thing are winding down in a big way. Also, we have Sam Walker, recent transplant from Manchester, which I'm butchering the name. Sam has a long, rich history of working with the BBC, doing podcasting for BBC. Big company. These ladies are great, and they do things totally different than what I do. extremely different than the things that I do and have done in the podcasting world. Well, we're going to start doing some cool stuff together. Now, I can't announce it because we just started talking about it, really honestly. So I don't have a big thing to say, ooh, cool, a Will and a Sam and an Evo collaboration. It's going to be this. I have no idea what this is. I've got no idea. It's going to start with them coming over to my house. I'll cook some dinner, and we'll talk about what could actually happen if we started working together. But again, I've specifically chosen these ladies because they're better than me at the things that they do. I'm sure I have things that I'm better at than they are, but we're going to be collaborating with each other, sharing experiences, and I think, and again, we'll know once this actually comes to fruition, whether or not we really duly complement skills. But you've always got to try. If you want to make the next thing, if you want to make it better, you got to bring new people into that thing. And people who are better than you is a great way to do that. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm going to try this out. I'll report back what success looks like. It could take weeks. It'll definitely take weeks. It might take months. Heck, it might even take years for something like this to develop. Who knows? I don't know where it's going to go. But my message to you is find the people, hopefully locally, but if not, virtually, who you get along with, who you share thoughts and ideas, but, and here's the important thing, but they have to be better than you at certain things. That's the way you get better at anything, playing people who are better than you. Now, as you know, I don't do a show on Friday, so you can take the weekend off, but still, I want to say thanks very much for watching the program and say this, if you want to support the show, you can do that. You can do that. You can buy me a coffee, buymeacoffee.com/evoterra. And if you're in business and you need someone looking over things, making sure the strategy is working properly because you need someone who's better at the podcasting game than you in your business, hey, I am sure that my firm could help you out with that. Send me an email, evo@podcastlaunch.pro. You can check out podcastlaunch.pro to see how we work with our clients. Enjoy your weekend. See you on Monday for another Podcast Pontifications. Cheers.